In today's video, we're going to recalibrate the suspension on my Ranger Raptor, and I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. Yo, what's going on everyone? Welcome back. My name's Will and this is the Wimby YouTube channel. Gotta hit you with that quick sales pitch like always. If you get to the end of this video, you found it helpful, you enjoyed it, you like this type of automotive content, you like the build videos, stuff like that, think about hitting that subscribe button. Totally free to subscribe, just sends you a quick little notification whenever I'm posting some new content out there. But if you don't want to subscribe, a like is always really appreciated as well. Now, let's get into today's video. So like I said in the intro, today's video is going to focus all around recalibrating your ride height sensors on your Fords that are equipped with the live valve suspension. Now you might be wondering why you'd even want to or need to recalibrate your ride height sensors, and it's pretty much for people that have modified their suspension. If you've installed any sort of leveling kit like a top hat level or a perch collar kit, anything that has, lifted or leveled out the suspension, basically because it's all live valve, it's all electronically controlled and dampered and all of that. So when you install that, now that you have that upwards either reverse rake or it's sitting level, you want to zero it all out to basically think that the truck is not like in a jump, it's not like in a droop, anything like that. Now I know that wasn't the most technical explanation, but simply put, after you recalibrate, it's going to bring back that OEM feel. It's going to be comfortable again. It's not going to feel too stiff and bumpy or anything like that. That's pretty much and simply put why you'd want to recalibrate. So for those of you that don't know my truck, let me go ahead and turn you guys around and show you. So this is my 2025 Ford Ranger Raptor. In a prior video that I just posted a few weeks ago, we did the whole perch collar lift by Fouts Motorsports, as well as doing the whole new wheels and tires. We're running 35s on there now, but as you can see underneath here, we have the Fouts Motorsports preload collar. So what that does is it lifts the truck up, adds preload to the spring, and gives the truck a whole level look. I know that's a little hard to see right now since we're on an incline in my driveway, but go check out the other video if you want to see a little bit more information and visual on that. But yeah, because we installed those lift spacers, that's the whole reason as to why we want to recalibrate the suspension. It's to zero out the ride height and get that OEM quality that we all love from the live valve back into the truck. Now the way you go about doing this is all through FORScan. If you don't know what FORScan is, it's pretty much Ford's diagnostic and software program where you can go in there, you can look up diagnostic codes, you can change parameters, you can clear codes, you can troubleshoot a bunch of stuff. So to recalibrate it, you're going to need to download FORScan to begin with. So that's step one. On the screen right now, I'm going to show you. You can go onto the FORScan website. You can download for whatever type of platform you're going to be working on. So if you have a Windows laptop, you obviously download the one for Windows. If you're going to be doing it on a mobile device like a tablet or your cell phone, you have to choose which one you're going to be going with. If you have an Android or like Windows, you obviously pick the one for Android, and that is going to be FORScan Lite. Lite, just think of it as your mobile device. And if you're going to be doing it on an Apple product, you're going to obviously want to download the one for iOS, and again, that is going to be the FORScan Lite. And in today's video, I'm actually going to be doing it on my iPhone, so I downloaded the one for iOS, FORScan Lite. So if you're an iPhone user, download the exact same one I downloaded. It's also available in the App Store where you can download it. You do have to purchase FORScan Lite. I believe it's about $20. If you're downloading it onto a Windows device, I believe you can download it for free. That's at the time of this video anyway, so expect some changes over time. But if you are going to be doing it on a mobile device, the next thing you're going to need is an OBD2 reader. The one I have here is OBD Link MX Plus. The OBD Link MX Plus is the preferred OBD2 reader, Bluetooth and Wi-Fi enabled one for FORScan. I did try a few other different OBD2 readers that I had, and it would not sync up and connect to FORScan. Everyone recommended picking up one of these, so that's what I picked, and it worked perfectly fine. I'm going to have a link down in the description if you want to pick up one of these. I would recommend, if you own a Ford, you might as well just invest like the $130 and have one of these, throw it in your glove box just in case you ever need it, for future stuff. But yeah, this is the one I used. You can use it for Apple devices, Android devices, so yeah, it's pretty universal. links are going to be down in the description for one of these. And if you've never used one of these before, I'll just go ahead and show you what's inside. It comes in a little package right there, little 3-year warranty card right there. And then on the inside here, it's just this little plug right here. You see right up there, this plugs into your OBD2 port, which is underneath your steering wheel. I'll show you exactly how to use all of this when we get to the tutorial portion of this video, which we're going to get into right now. So once you have FORScan downloaded on the device you're going to be using and you have your OBD2 reader, it's time to prep the vehicle. And first things first is you want to get your vehicle on nice level ground. You don't want to be doing this in a driveway that has an incline or a road that has any sort of incline. So I'm going to be pulling my truck into the garage, getting it nice and level. So that's step one. So the truck is now in my garage, nice and level. So what we do is we come up underneath here, we take our OBD2 reader, and then you see this white plug right there. This plugs directly into it. And then as you can see, the little lights on there are blinking. So now what we need to do is prep the vehicle, and then we will sync this up to FORScan on our device. So next, we get back in the vehicle, we turn on the truck, let it do its thing, come to life. So then we'll come down here, put the car in neutral, pull up on our parking brake. As you can see, parking brake is on, and then now we will push this button down here to get the vehicle into no tow mode, no neutral mode enabled. There we go. Now we will power off the vehicle again. You'll get this little warning on there that the transmission is not in park. And now we will go into accessory mode. Now we'll get up onto our phone and do the rest. So next, I'm going to be doing everything on my phone and in FORScan. So if you're using an Android or a Windows computer, it might be a little bit different. I'm going to be showing you how to do it on iOS. So what you need to do is go into your settings, right over here, go to your Bluetooth, and then go to where it's the OBD Link MX and make sure it is connected to your Bluetooth. As you can see right there, it is connected on mine. Then after that, we're going to go over to the FORScan Lite app, click on there, and then right down here where it says connect or disconnect, hopefully you guys can see it, which is right down here. You want to click on that and make sure it's connected. Once that little gauge is all lit up green, that's when you'll know it's connected. And you can kind of go on here, click on this, and then as you can see, there is everything in regards to my vehicle. Right up top, you can see Ford Ranger, EcoBoost, gasoline turbo, 3.0, year, all of that, my VIN number and everything. So now we are live in FORScan. So once we're all connected in FORScan, next thing what you're going to want to do is get out of the vehicle. We don't want to have any excess weight inside the vehicle while you're doing this. Also make sure you don't have anything in the bed of your truck. So we'll get out of the truck, and then we're back onto FORScan over here. So what you want to do now is go to where it says services, click on services, and it's going to give you this real long list of things that you can pick. And then right down here where it says vehicle dynamics, ride height calibration, we want to click on that. And once you clicked on that, there's a little play button right down here. You want to click on that. You're going to get a prompt to this. Yes, I understand the risk. Then it's going to give you this whole rundown. It's basically a prompt of how you set up your vehicle. We've already done it. I showed you. It talks about, you know, level ground, high-drive calibration routine, all of that stuff. So after you've done all of that, scroll down, click OK. Then you're going to see right here, select your level of fuel in the tank. I am at half a tank. And then once you click that, it starts doing the whole procedure. As you can see right there, it's counting down. Hopefully you can see that. And there it is. Service procedure completed, successful. You can see all of that right there. And that is as easy as it is, guys. It is literally a 30-second process. So after that, We can come back into our truck now. We can take the parking brake off. We can start up our vehicle, make sure all of that is taken off. We're all good to go there. And we'll turn the vehicle back off, unplug our OBD2 reader, and there you go. So now that it's all calibrated, I'm gonna go take it for a quick test drive, see if I can feel any difference. Oh my gosh, what a difference. We are totally back to driving as if this thing was stock now. And like I said before, once I added the preload, you know, it was a little bit more rough, but you know, it was totally to be expected. Since, you know, you are adding preload, it is going to stiffen it up in the front. But man, these live valves are literally like magic. I kind of forgot how like comfortable it was driving it stock, but now honestly it totally feels like as if it was stock again. And you know, I still get the benefits of having, you know, the leveled look and all of that. So wow, even with hitting that one dip in the road, didn't even feel anything. With the perch collars, you definitely felt a little bit more harsh. Like I said, totally to be expected, but yeah, this thing is literally driving just as if it's stock. And let me hit like these bumps here. Yeah, that the live valves are just eating up those little bumps. Wow, it's amazing. Totally happy with the outcome. I can't believe it literally only took like 5 minutes to recalibrate everything and how easy it was. So yeah guys, if you are planning on, you know, leveling or lifting any of your live valve equipped trucks, so like your F-150 Raptors, your Bronco Raptors, the Ranger Raptor, I don't know if the Haas 3.0 is live valve. I don't believe it is, but you know, I do think all the Raptors, you know, current ones anyway, all utilize the live valve. Yeah, you definitely want to take the time and recalibrate it because it drives just as if it was stock again. So yeah, totally happy with it. So there you have it, everyone. Super simple to do. This should take you no more than 5 to 10 minutes to get your Raptor riding right again. Now, I will say, in my opinion, the ride quality wasn't really all too harsh after installing the perch load collars on mine. Yeah, obviously it was a little bit more stiff, but fully to be expected since it is adding a little bit more preload to the front to get that level look. So honestly, not all too bad, but it feels so much better now. It drives just like it was when it was OEM after doing the calibration. So highly recommend doing this. If you guys have any questions with using FORScan and all of that, you know, comment down below. I try my best to reply to everyone. Like I said, I'm going to have links down in the description below if you want to pick up this OBD2 reader. It's about 130 bucks on Amazon, and honestly, it's kind of one of those tools where it's worth investing just so you can have it to do any sort of diagnostics on your Ranger and on your Raptor, or honestly on any of your Fords. And like I said before, this is the preferred OBD2 reader for FORScan. So it worked for me. I did use a bunch of different ones and it didn't work, so it was a well worth it investment to me, especially since like the dealership wanted to charge like almost $300 to do this, and you saw it. It literally takes like 5 minutes. So make the investment, do it yourself, don't throw your money away at the dealership. And like you saw when I was showing you my screen on FORScan, you can do a bunch of different things in FORScan, change a bunch of different parameters. Another thing you could do is calibrate your wheel diameter or your wheel tire diameter size. So if you're going with like 35s or anything larger than the OEM size, to recalibrate your speedometer so it's reading the correct miles per hour, you can do that in FORScan, or you can do that on the ProCal device. But if you don't want to tune, you don't want to invest in the ProCal, you can totally do it on FORScan. So yeah, look into FORScan. There's a bunch of different things you can do. On the Mustang, you can change a bunch of different parameters as well, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, go ahead and check that out as well. But yeah, everyone, that's gonna do it for this one real quick video today. Hopefully it helped you guys out there, and like I said before, if you have any questions, comment down below. I'm here to help y'all. But really appreciate y'all chilling with me today. My name's Will. This is the Wimmy YouTube channel. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share the video, comment down below other things you'd like to see, any questions. I'm always down to help anyone out there. But yeah guys, my name is Will once again, and I'll see you all in the next one. Later everybody.